Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday. We are playing FS19 on Oakfield Farm Farming Agency Edition, and I am your host, Osa. And looks like I've got about 15 bales left to sell. No, 30 bales left to sell. I don't know, some number. So I cleared out most of the yard, and we did make £100,000 from yesterday, which was the last day, or the day of the last episode. Three, 6, 9, 18. So we have 18 more bales to sell. Not sure how yeah, that's going to take a while. Let's step us up to a ×5 basis. So it's now 12:30. As I said, we made a little over 100,000, I think. I should say that. 104,000 from the bales I sold yesterday. And math would appear to indicate I could end up with 280,000 more. So, that's a mess. Oops. And I'm really not doing well with these. If that's true, then we should end up with about 288,000 in total. So another 184,000. I did use significant amounts of that, almost all of it, to pay down the loan we used to buy the land. So we're almost at zero loan. I think we've got 25,000 left. So we will get that done. How are the sheep? I don't think I checked that this morning. Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. Yeah, I should do something about that. I should do something about that right now. Those sheep are getting very unhealthy. Silage, alpha hay, clover hay. So clover silage, clover hay, carrots. At least they've still got water, so they're not dying yet. And that needs clover silage as well. Let's turn the engine off there. And somewhere I missed it. There it is. Okay, let us seriously get to work. Oh. Seem to have a lot of fallen over crates of beets that wouldn't really be in this condition in real life. Well, that is where it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'll take these down the lane. Carefully down the lane. And we'll go grab a bale of silage clover from the bottom field as well. And make sure all this gets done today. I really messed up with the sheep then. And there's a big giant mess there too, so we'll deal with that as well. do that. Okay, here we go. That's not quite empty. Okay. Oh, why is that not working? Because we're hooked up on the wall. That's why. Retract that. Really messing this up. Okay, so that's half a crate of beets. I will drop the other half in the other field. Off the water, and we'll just drive through the hedge because I'm in a hurry. Well, FS19, good morning, welcome to the stream, and Captain Zane, good morning. Things are going well for now. I am not planning on doing much of anything today, so no yard work, no shopping. Oh, there's already a crate of beets here. Well, guess I have to nudge it. Or... okay, what's going on? Sugar beets and carrots. This needs sugar beets. It's not registering. Doesn't need a lot of them. There we go. Okay, sugar beets are loaded. Because we'll come back later and figure those out. Sweep up the mess. Or maybe, no, we'll grab one of those, we'll take that back to the other shed. Now, the fork's a little, so it's easier to stab these. Yeah, that food trough is very low, so... get the water flowing as well. Now obviously because of the what am I saying? Because of the slowness of selling stuff at the digester, it's going to be a little while before we can unload another thing of the JCB. I mean, 50,000 litres in that digester, and we've got 12,000 on the boom, so it's going to take a while before we run out in there. And we've got all day, and I think for the most part, we don't have much in the way of tasks to perform. Oh, that's hot. Okay, I'll jump out, grab the broom, do a little bit of sweeping, sweep, sweep, sweep. And then I will stick that sugar beet container right here. See, it doesn't completely disappear. 30 litres left in there, so and I will probably have to come back and mess with that in order to get it to disappear. So we have silage bales over here. Grab some of them, one of those. Can't use more than one. What I really need is a clover silage shredder. I don't know that there is one. Although that said, I think the global company actually has a bale shredding, stabber bale. So potentially what I could do is, I can't remember if I got global company loaded, but turn that option on and then we can chop up our clover silage and probably store it in the silo, truth be told. Okay, whatever. Get off. Wow. Okay, wasn't expecting it to do that far out. Over silage. Wrong field. This one. So 4,000, that looks about half. You know what? Let's go grab another one. I thought the clover silage was only about 4,800 litres. Excuse me, sheep. Excuse me, other sheep. Excuse me, more sheep. I think it's nice that the sheep are spread out so far around this field. I might as well use 2. Sheep in the top field also need some. They might need less because they're not as healthy. And being not as healthy, they're not as heavy. So that's all sorts of variations that make it difficult to, fully identify what you need. But for right now, if I put that down, back away. Okay, that didn't completely disappear, however it is running away. Isn't what I was planning on happen. Dude, quit running. Stop moving. Moving, stop. Nope. Oh, that didn't work. Well, at least it stopped running away. Off the ground and we'll actually be able to drive somewhere. Stab. Oh, come on, really? Okay. Stab. Okay, got them both. So now I can check that. So they still need clover hay, and these guys need the silage and the clover hay. See, these are 779. These are 781. 779 versus 781. It's 2 litres in it, but because there's 150 pounds. I don't know. It's the health on these is 97 versus 82. So that's probably the big thing. We will figure this out one day. Probably not on this release. I'm still waiting for more information on Farm Sim 22 about how animals are going to work. Now normally I wouldn't bother running these bales up to the top. It's just that we're down here right now. For some reason, I don't know how I managed it, but my sheep completely ran out of most of their food sources, which is a problem. Because I kind of had it where the different fields needed different stuff. So top field needed clover silage, the bottom field needed clover hay, so I wouldn't be transferring stuff all over the place. But it seems I messed up badly enough that that's not going to be a thing. Alright, let's drop that back down there. They took all of it, which I actually expected them to. So top field, clover silage, still not. We're going to have to come back with another bale later today because obviously, how much do these guys want? 7,800. So 4,000, that's going to put us over the amount that they can comfortably take. And because of that, I have to leave that short until there's at least room for another 4,000 litres, so less than 50%. We can run in here and do it this way. See in a bit. Just grab the top one, I think. Alrighty. Let's see how much of this the top field needs. And this is kind of why I end up mismatched. So the top field is short on clover silage, so the next time I need to feed clover silage, this field will need it. And probably late this evening. But what I'm now doing is I'm going to put clover hay here. It's not going to eat all of it, but it is going to fill the pallet. And I take 752 litres down to the other field, so later on today the other field is going to need a bigger top up of clover hay, so I have to take clover hay down the lane, clover silage up to the top, and it's all a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay. Like that. Extend it. Oops. And we used all of it, no surprises. Oops. I wish that worked on a joystick, that extend. Works on Farm Sim 17, but the functionality wasn't implemented for 19. So, clover hay, that was full. Clover silage, we're going to need more. Grass, I don't have any. And this is short, that's 2,254, that's 3,800, so yeah, we're going to have to wait till it gets way down here before we even consider bringing any clover hay out. And that might be enough to use one bale on both fields. The only thing I have to worry about is the silage. And back in the truck, and we can go back to the farm with this. So you can see the outline of the field where the sheep are eating the grass, or the grass is being harvested to put in the food trough. And up on the top field, obviously, the grass still hasn't grown sufficiently that it could be considered for auto-replenishment. I'm not sure if that field, as I've said in the past, is broken or whether it's just not. I needed to do what I've done, and now all I have to do is wait. I'm going to drive this in forwards. Okay, that's done. We'll jump out. We'll go and have a look at that field somehow. Find our way through the hedge. So yeah, this still registers as germinated. It's not growing. There's my JCB. And, oh, it's nearly empty. I think. No, 31,000. I thought it said 3,000. Cool. Now, as far as the rest of what we're doing is concerned, those bales there won't be available for, I've got to say, another 48 hours probably. Could scan one and see, but we'll do that when this job is complete. And I think for the most part, most of the work that needs to get done has been done. So money's money, contracts. There's a couple of good fertilisation contracts. I could get the fertiliser out, make another 44,000. $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in fertilising contracts if I ignore the really tiny ones. There's another big baling contract, 32,000 on 37. Probably do the fertilisation contracts, they're a little bit quicker. Put them far enough back, they shouldn't fall off. Okay. Guess we'll drop that there. Go say hi to the Valtra. Alright, so where's the first one? We've got a 32... 33 and 42, 32, 33, 42, 32, 33, and 42. So if I buy 3 tanks, we'll fill up, we'll do 42, then we'll come back to the store, top off, and head over here. Probably do 32 first. We'll go back to the store, fill up with the rest. We should be able to complete 33. I won't use any of the on-farm supplies because we're probably going to need at least 3 tanks. And even then, if we need more than that, I'm going to have to make another stint over to the store. And if we need less than that, we'll bring some more home because we need it. But again, we're working the contracts to get that achievement done. A little bit short on 50, but we've still got, what is it, the rest of today, tomorrow the day after, and then all of winter, although I don't expect there to be too many contracts during winter. I've avoided doing transport contracts so far, although I could now do that with the JCB because it's fast. As I said, we're probably looking at another potentially just shy of 200,000 selling the clover bales at the BGA. And that'll leave us at just over 200 once we pay the loan. We will be quite well off. We could actually start looking at purchases for next year. What I might end up doing for winter is getting the JCB back to the yard and start feeding one of the sheep pens. Okay, why am I here? Fertilizer tanks, good. Just so that we can get all the things done. Because for winter, we're literally just looking at feed the animals and pretty much nothing else. And why have I ended up with 2087? That's weird. I wanted to do 42. I'll do this one first because it's the closest and we have to drive back past the store on the way to anywhere else. We are on manual, aren't we? Yeah. So one of the things I'm hoping to see more of by various map makers for 42 is more yard areas. I mean, for example, around here, it would be nice to have an area where I can do yard work.